All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another news segment for you, or should I say another news clip about a pervert doctor. Now, we spend all this time and all this money and he's going to school, right? Just to turn around and do some fuck shit to mess it all up. So you build that reputation for nothing. These high profile doctorates, titles and everything, just to do some pervert shit to your clients. Let's roll the clip.
Well, tonight, a group of sex crime survivors is slamming the Queens DA for a plea deal they say lets a serial rapist off easy. The I-Team has been reporting on this case for years. A doctor accused of video recording unconscious women as he raped or sexually abused them. Now, as Chris Glorioso reports, some of his survivors say there are multiple rapes caught on video that he still hasn't.
Oh, it looks so good. It's beautiful. That's the face he... Oh, man, you goddamn perverts. Anyway.
Fessed up to.
You also have the right to present witnesses in your...
When Dr. Zhi Alan Cheng pleaded guilty last month to raping or sexually abusing 8 women and video recording many of the crimes, Queens DA Melinda Katz wrote this: "We hope the guilty plea allows all the victims to continue to heal."
Emotional damage. That's what he calls these women. Or should I say these victims? If they're even women. But yeah. It's going to take... I mean, that's lifetime trauma to them. Let's just be real. Whatever men that they actually get sexually involved with in the future, they're going to have to deal with that shit. So...
Now, in exclusive interviews with the I-Team, some of Cheng's victims say that plea deal is causing them more pain. These 3 women who say Cheng drugged them and sexually violated them are now blasting the deal with the DA because it drops dozens of charges, including 9 counts of predatory sex assault, each of which carried a max sentence of life in prison.
Whoa.
Instead, the DA is recommending 24 years behind bars, which could free the 35-year-old doctor before he turns 60.
You have...
I mean... the timing, that ain't bad, because he still has a little bit of life left if he's still healthy at 60 with no serious medical issues. But let's just be real. If he was black, he would have been serving the full term. Let's just be real.
This obligation to, victims of crime, and you're just like letting people off lightly like this. Why?
There are a lot of women, and I think he deserves more years.
Ooh.
It's not just the time in prison that concerns these survivors. They also point out the plea, as it was discussed in court, makes no mention of multiple videos found on Dr. Cheng's digital devices allegedly showing him sexually assault other women who've never been identified in places like Westchester County, Manhattan, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and Thailand.
Damn. So he was a worldwide pervert. Shit. And like I said, these people that are in these high earning careers, job titles, a lot of them live a miserable life. So a lot of them are alcoholics, extremely perverted. They have childhood pornography on their computer, just a bunch of wacko weirdo shit, right? It's like these people come from a dark place. It's like their regular life outside of their work is so dark. It's like, damn.
2 years ago, the DA herself urged the public for tips.
It's important that people reach out to us so that we can make the identifications.
And this is an international mystery, right?
Nicholas Liakis represents several victims of Dr. Cheng who are now urging the judge to reject the plea deal. He said he can't understand why the Queens DA, with so much video evidence, would cut any deal without forcing Cheng to name every unknown victim.
You have a hammer over this person's head. All of the evidence you can imagine in a criminal case, you have it hovering over him, and they really didn't get much in return. And I don't think the public has been fully served by this, for lack of a better term, sweetheart deal.
Queens DA Melinda Katz declined the I-Team's request for an interview and did not answer several specific questions about the plea deal. Her office did send us a statement saying all 8 Queens victims were initially content with the plea, adding, Zhi Cheng is a predator with a medical degree who was responsible for some of the most egregious conduct we have ever seen committed by someone who took the Hippocratic Oath.
Wow. That's crazy. So, no telling what his background was about before he did all his education and became a physician. So it's like, okay, troubled background. Maybe he was pissed off at his childhood. We don't know what caused him to do this, but all he did was create victims with his job title, with his career. So he was mad at his own life, so he ruined other people's lives. And he had to gain trust from his clients to whatever, practitioner he was doing. And it's like, damn, these people trusted you with their lives and you violated them sexually.
Our investigators and prosecutors spent hundreds of hours painstakingly reviewing thousands of files to build a strong case, which resulted in a plea that includes a substantial prison sentence. The statement does not address the other videos allegedly showing rapes of unknown victims. Dr. Cheng's attorney also declined to talk about those videos. With regard to any uncharged crimes, he said, we cannot comment.
Should the DA demand that Dr. Cheng tell what he knows about these other videos?
Definitely. Definitely.
We didn't get answers for everyone as to what exactly happened. I feel like a lot more could have been done on the part of the DA.
He is getting off light. He can kind of rebuild his life because he's fairly young.
Another reason these women now oppose the plea deal, they say it serves to protect Cheng's former hospital, New York Presbyterian Queens, because the plea makes no mention of how Cheng obtained the sedatives he was accused of using to drug patients and other victims. They're now suing the hospital, alleging lax oversight allowed Cheng to prey on unconscious women.
They were harboring a rapist in their hospital.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a rapist in the hospital. They've employed a rapist doctor. So it sounds like a surgeon. He worked in the OR. If he's drugging people and doing things to them, because here's the thing. The patients could still hear you. I used to work in OR, so the patients could still hear you while they're sedated. Certain things they can still feel and hear. They're not completely out of it.
Spokespersons for New York Presbyterian and for the Queens DA both said the hospital played no role in any aspect of the Dr. Cheng plea agreement.
You hired a predator. You're responsible. Take actions. I hate when something happens on somebody else's premises, but then when something's called out, you don't want to be involved in it. I'm like, you hired him.
Cheng is scheduled to be sentenced at the end of August. Some of his survivors expecting to be in the courtroom to ask the judge not to accept this deal. Chris Glorioso, News 4 New York.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, because you have to remember, doctors are protected by the states. So usually they'll get a light sentence or get off. A lot of times not be accused at all. But versus if it was a nurse, the nurses aren't protected by the states. They're protected by labor unions. So that's a completely different boat. But anyway, this is Kai LaVale. This is very interesting, and I'll catch you in the next story. Peace.
Thank you.